Without the love, the care from the mother at that moment, we would not be here today. Many stories going on now in the society. Do you hear, the newborn baby? Just 2 days or 3 days ago, I was watching TV. I didn't understand the language properly, but there is I think the mother, she left the baby outside or something. Then the baby was eaten by dog. Yeah, you saw it in the news. That's in somewhere in Indonesia, just recently. That's still maybe, she didn't do it purposely, to feed the dog with her own baby. It's not maybe. But many, they throw into river, dustbin. Many. And abortion is another case. Very sad. So I think as a parents, we should really tell our kids, children, abortion, very bad karma. Very, very bad karma. It's almost 80 to 90% yes, killing. So that's why it's very important, I think, to be informed, our kids from a young age. Let them know about this. Very selfish act, actually, this one. Very selfish. Of course, there's all bad things about this, but ultimately it's selfishness. That's why without the care and the love of mother, at the moment we were born, hopeless, helpless, we would not be here today. And at this moment, without the care, love, respect of our, family, friends, neighbor, community, I don't think, we have a very nice life, isolated, alone, unless we are great practitioner. It's like, we don't really bother saying a good morning or, hello to the next door neighbor. Almost we are very hesitated, even to look at them. Yeah, but imagine, leaving all of them one by one, and we are left alone in that society, just alone. Imagine. So, even they are not directly involved, yes, indirectly, the contribution is there. We feel more protected, very safe. At least we feel, at home. When this is how, our society is. That's why today, unless the love, care, and contributions of others around us, this middle-aged life would not be, I think, that good. When we are old, unless the love, care, service, respect of our children, grandchildren, and whoever, the life will be miserable, really. So right from the beginning, when we are born until we die, without the love, care, respect of others, no way, really no way that we live a life. One single factor, genuine love, respect, and care, sense of care to others, is the main thing that actually makes us happy, peace, harmony, protected, safe, kind, whatever, goodness is there in our society. That's why. In our day-to-day life, no matter whether you believe in Buddha or not, God or not, protector or not, whatever, the sense of care, sense of respect, sense of, love, and sense of serving others, we must make the ultimate practice in our day-to-day life. If this is missing, what is the point that we practice so-called such a high practice? Yeah? If this is missing, what is the point of being a great master or something? The birds can fly in the sky, but they don't have this, genuine love. So even flying in the sky cannot help anybody. Fish can survive under the water, but they also lack this. They cannot help. Forget about helping others. They cannot help themselves also. That's why this is very important. One thing, yeah. Why we should have good motivation. It's exactly like looking at our own face in the mirror. You smile, reflection smiles. You stare, it stares. Whatever expression is in you, that's reflected back to us from the mirror. That's why if you have good motivation, your speech will be good, your action will be good, what you do will be good in the society. No matter how much you don't want, people will respect you, people will smile you, people will be helpful to you. Definitely, this is the law of interdependent sort of nature. Okay, this is very important. Another thing why we should be having this good motivation. So practice when we talk about this, in a day-to-day life, in our moment to moment, living with society, in whatever condition, working place, in the office, or wherever, we should always keep this in our mind, We should really keep this in our mind. And then think, another thing. Yesterday I explained how we start in this samsara. Yeah? It's not that somebody created us, or you better go to hell and you better go to heaven. It's not divided or classified by somebody, created by somebody. Definitely not. 100% not. No matter who says what, really not. Our mind, our mind is very continuous. It almost never breaking, continuous. Since we start in the samsara, continuous. This moment that you are listening to me, and I am telling to you something, the mind that we have, concentrating to each other now, is continued, unbroken process, from this morning, the moment we woke up. The mind that you woke up this morning is not, starting just this morning, It is being continued from the mind that last night we slept. Today's mind is connected to the next, yesterday's mind. This year is connected, continuously coming from last year, 2010. In this way, when you go back, the mind that we have today is connected continuously to the mind that we were born at the moment, We were just delivered from the mother. And the mind that baby has, just delivered infant, is not produced in mother's, body, womb. The baby's mind connects, continuously coming from when, when he was in the mother's womb. So the mind in the mother's womb is not, new created. It connects to the mind before that, what was, the life before that. That's why the moment we were born in this life, that mind is continued from the past mind, continuously. The mind cannot be produced by anything else. The mind has to be continued by mind itself. The supportive, contributor condition can be anything. As a human, now we have the human body to support the mind. As an animal, the animal has its own condition. But I told you yesterday, different guest house. That's it. The guest is always the same. When you go to America, it's you. When you go to Japan, it's you. Just your being is continued, to those different hotels in different countries. Something like that. Then our life, before this is connected to the life before that. And that life connects to the other life before that. In this way is limitless. And this tells us clearly how many lives that we have actually, been living. Countless. In this way we can understand. And most of the life that we live is dependent on the parents. Born as an animal, yes, we had animal parents. As a dog, yes, we had dog parents. As a bird, yes. As a spirit, yes, we had spirit parents also. As a human, that today we have human parents. That's why most of our life that we lived in the past, for countless lifetime, depending on parents. And 98%, the parents, almost 99% the parents that we had are all very kind. Like we have the parents today. Maybe some of you may not appreciate your parents because of some, reason. Like when you talk about, all sentient beings being very kind because they have been our mother in the past, you tell this, to the younger generation in maybe European country, they will say, so what? Yeah, being mother, so what? It's nothing. That's very sad, because of the system in the society. The religion, making realize how kind the mother and feel the sense of responsibility towards each other is not almost, there now in those society. That's very sad. That's why we can think, the lion, the tiger, when they see something else, what they first do is attack. Yeah? Kill. Merciless. But when it comes to their own offspring, baby, the cubs, even the, lion cubs, jumps, bites, all the ear, head. The lion mother, so patient, so kind. And she is very protective of the cubs, When those, the male lion are very angry that coming, to kill the babies, the cubs, she is trying her best to protect the cubs by hiding, by roaring at them, by fighting with them, So this also proves, even as an animal, the sense of love, care, responsibility towards their offspring, the kids, is very clearly seen. Yeah? That's why we can imagine the mothers that we have been, having, the parents that we have been having in the past, entire all those lifetimes, 99% being very kind. But they are being kind towards us is not enough. In the other word, you can also say that the karmic debt. Because they did a lot to us. And we cannot just forget it about. even we try to forget it about, the karma will not let us go unless we pay them back completely. So it's a very sad, not really sad, but very interesting, puzzling, to understand. Yeah? That's why, number one, they deserve our kindness, good motivation, service from that point. Number two, unless you pay the debt, the bank will not, let you go anyway. Yeah? This is very clear in our society. So the karmic bank will chase us, no matter whether we run into hell, it will chase, with more bills, I think. Yeah. Really, we cannot run, This is how the karma is such a, how do you call it, reaching everywhere, It can reach everywhere. It's like when you go to Singapore, you are watched by all the cameras, the security cameras, the CC camera. It's very difficult, you feel like you are watched by somebody, from here, everywhere you go. So I prefer, just sit inside a room. Karma is something like that. It just chases and nobody makes that, This is how it has been. That's why, number one, they have been kind to us. We have to be kind to them back. That's one reason. The other reason is, yes, the karma will never let us go unless we pay that back. That's why we have to pay. And then, since we care our parents, we feel sense of responsibility to repay them, their kindness. Now think of the condition of all the mothers. Human population, the human mother, comparing the animal, is very few. Animal mother, comparing the hungry, ghosts and spirit, very few. And as the parents, the spirit parents, compared with the parents in the hell, very few. That's why the most of our parents are suffering in the hell, then spirit, animal, then as a human, and as a gods of the heaven also. That's why their wishes is to get rid of all these problems, but they have no way, no skill, no direction, no guidance to actually help themselves. The only thing that we can help to them is not to feed them only, not to protect them, for temporarily. Ultimately, helping them, paying them their kindness is through the practice of dharma. That's why Buddha chose that, Many people say Buddha is not so good because how come, I met one lady in Nepal and she works in a women's rights organization, the women's rights organization in Nepal, and she said one day, if Buddha is still alive, I would ask him some questions, That's what she said. Because when he left, the palace, how come, he be such a father? The day his son was born, he left. Not even telling his wife. This is really, really irresponsible, father. So, if Buddha is still alive, I would ask him this question, And maybe she's thinking that, bring Buddha, to the, what do you call it, United Nations maybe court. If we have a stone fall in our, lungs or something inside, cancer or something, we ask doctor, not only ask, pay them to cut. Yeah? To cut open and take it out. we pay, to cut ourselves. That's why this is something like that, If Buddha saying, oh, I love my kid, just born baby, my wife, I cannot leave her alone, I'm not encouraging you to do that, okay? That big problem, I think, today. Depends on time, I think, Buddha saw the problems, okay? Basic human problems. Not only feeding or something, When he saw that problem, there is no way that he can do anything as a prince living in royal family. This he knew very clearly. The only way that he can be a good prince, not just enjoying in a royal palace, in a luxurious, environment, but by serving as many as possible, not only his own subject, of his country. He decided, okay, this is a small problem. They have all the foods, all the protections, everything in the palace. Even I go, no problem for them. But I'm not ignoring them, leaving them, being irresponsible. If I live here, I cannot save them through, going through all this suffering. Birth, sickness, old age, death. If Buddha, thinking that I'm the best father in the world, because I didn't leave my wife and son, even for one moment, I just always been there for them. The only thing that he can do is feed them, that's it. He cannot help them, to be free from all these fundamental problems that they have been going throughout lives and lives for countless time. So, he decided, I must do something. They are in at least, secure place. I must do something to free not only these kids, these my subject, but whole sentient beings as, my subject. When I find that way to liberate all of them completely from this samsara, that day, then I be the best prince of the royal family. With this decision, then Buddha left. So it is like cutting yourself to solve the problem inside. If you really care that you don't want to be cut, the problem from inside will kill. Something like that, We have to understand things in a very, wise way. Not just looking at one point and saying this is something, confusing. You understand what I mean? That's why bodhicitta is very important. And bodhicitta, or sense of caring other, sense of genuine love, is not a feeling of pity. Today we see, he's very kind. But our problem, our love has very limitation. Like, let's say a girlfriend and a boyfriend. They love each other very much. If they really genuinely love each other, then how can they be such a selfish that the boyfriend doesn't want the girlfriend, to look at even somebody else? Almost he acts like, he wants to take the eyes out, make her blind so that she will not see, anymore. And the girlfriend acts like, when her boyfriend touches something, okay, that is really troublesome for her, that she makes all kinds of excuses and very stupid reasons, The if she really respects, if their love to each other is really genuine, how come they don't respect each other's freedom? It is completely like, being selfish and using everything according to what you desire, not letting the other enjoy the freedom. Is that really love? That's why when we say, I really feel compassionate, I'm such a good person. When I see the beggars, I feel like, something. You feed the beggar, but beggar have also karma, have his own karma. Even he is beggar for 20 years, suddenly another karma works, that he did something good in the past, ripens when he is 25, he becomes more rich than you. Now he is our problem. Our compassion towards him is totally wrong. Our compassion, the sense of what you call love or what kindness or what, now turns into jealous. That we don't want any more, him to be richer than or powerful or higher than us. So our sense of kindness usually in general sense, means somebody has to be lower than us, inferior than us, worse than us. Then we can just, feel pity, I give you this, enjoy, and I'm very kind. And awarded with maybe some, certificates being very kind. Second Mother Teresa or something in the society. So the genuine love is not selfish. The sense of genuine care is respecting others' freedom with a very valid and right understanding, reason. So this is very important. These will, I think, give you some reasons why we should be very kind, loving, in true sense, not in a selfish manner. Okay? I'm sorry to take you this time. Maybe you are thinking that why not he's going to the main track. But since the Bardo of the first life, the first, Bardo, the living Bardo is most important, I must tell you these things, so that at least we become something, at this moment, which can help during the rest of the Bardos. So don't think this is another part, he's just talking about, general things, it's not actually relating to the hot track, Okay? Here, one of the greatest masters of 20th century, Dorje, says, we learn so many things today, and we call it education. But in the end, I found being all those we learn, it's very useless, almost, Maybe that can be used for temporarily, but actually when it comes, to help ourselves, doesn't work. It's the horn of the deer. The deer has so many, branches, the most, I think, dangerous looking horn. Looks very protective. When it is attacked by something very, small, the horn cannot use it at all, yeah? Like today we have education system. How many islands there in Indonesia? How many types of trees are there in that island? And how many types of, things are there in that ocean or lake? Yes, these are some very, I think, useful information for our knowledge, but not actually very helpful, How many stars are there in the sky? And actually, how many, hairs that we have in our head? Wow. So something like that, how many leaves are there at that tree? And you cannot answer means you are not educated. That's why Dr. Rinpoche says, many things that we learn is something like, the horn of a deer. That is when it actually comes to do something, that doesn't help at all. That's why, in this present moment, we must be introduced. What is the essence? What is the core that we should actually be introduced, trained in, practicing, educated with? That's very important, I think. That's why, even the children that we have today, we pay so much money to educate them, make them engineer, doctor, and many other things, yeah? Education, yes, I agree. To develop, human intelligence, make it more powerful human mind, but we never know whether positively or negatively powerful. It can take any shape, danger. So, the essence is the Dharma teaching is not to become somebody, religious, but to make, absolutely full of sense. This is very important. So that's why Dharma we really need. So being introduced with the karma. Any one of you, you make one person understand karma, the system of karma. Even to believe in karma, I think the interest that you make in your bank, is really increasing. Really, Once you say, you make understand somebody to to accept yes, chili is hot, spicy. He will teach that, I think, thousands other. That will continue, endless. All those credits indirectly goes to you as well. So the interest, the networking is really wonderful, The profit, you understand? So even you make somebody understand, very good. Not completely understand or just sense of believing, even giving him a doubt, or maybe it's true, that's already very good, So as a partner, husband and wife, many we have, problems. Sometimes, like here, I can see, both male and female, almost equal number. Like in many of those places in India, Nepal, when you go for teaching or something, mostly it's the women, not the fathers, So I used to tell them, I think in this area, the most of the men are enlightened. We have family problem, husband not understanding the wife not, being compromised with what husband does. So there's a family problem always. No matter, whatever problem that you have, if you are really interested in Dharma, if your husband or somebody is making you not to go, anymore, don't give up. Don't fight, don't quarrel with him, but try to make him, understand. Try to bring that sense that you have, being important in Dharma in him, sooner or later. That will be greatest gift as a wife or husband to each other, in the life. Very important, I think. So that's why those husbands who have, wife not wanting practice, a dharma or something, make her understand. Don't try to think, sign a paper and divorce her and get another wife, who is very devoted. Okay? That's very selfish again. Okay, so now let's go to the point. The third Bardo. What time is it? 12? What time you took yesterday? Same time? I start just a little bit of the third Bardo. Okay? Then we will have lunch, huh? The third Bardo, okay? So when we die, practice of the Dharma, correct instructions, and the training makes differences like the Garuda chick and the normal bird chick. Okay? Some even, don't get a chance to hatch the egg, The egg is eaten by somebody. Yeah? So we should not be that in this present moment. Then after we die, the mind will continue. When the two elements met, at the heart center, completely fainted as an ordinary person, then that fainted, unconscious period is mostly saying that 3.5 days. 3.5 days remain unconscious. Yeah, completely dead, but still, since he fainted, because of that, very intensive sort of challenging condition, the two element meeting, at the heart center, when the final death happened. So the person, as an ordinary person, he faints, lose consciousness for, at least 3.5 days. And depending on individual case, different individuals' case, it may also last longer than that, fainted for more than that. And some maybe not even, 3.5 days can gain reconscious. Not, of course, life back, but the mind, okay, reconscious within a day, within a moment also. Okay, maybe you can go through some of the near-death experiences. There's many incidents are there. Some of you have experienced by your own. So whatever. After 3.5 days, the consciousness then regain, It's like, the feeling is like, the Bardo teaching says that you're waking up, getting up from a very deep sleep. Very deep sleep. No dream, nothing, The whole, even we sleep for 24 hours, like just one moment, yeah? That's what we feel. After 3.5 days, when the dead person's mind gain reconscious. Bardo teaching says this is another golden chance. Because this is the time, not yet, the complete environment of the Bardo is created and challenging us. And we are just free from our karmic body. The egg is already hatched completely. Yeah? So this is a time that we can fly. Means at that moment, if we know, what happened to me? It looks like something wrong. When we feel getting out from a deep sleep, don't be shocked. This is what Bardo teaching says, But understand, I'm dead. And I lost a chance, during the death that actually gave a lot of chance to become enlightened. I lost a chance and I'm already in the starting of the third Bardo now. So when that happens to us, when we die, it's not we are studying or doing research for somebody else, but this is what will happen when we go through this experience. So we must keep our mind this, when we feel that, we must immediately try to remind ourselves, yes, you are dead. You are in third Bardo, and this is the time that you now concentrate. Possible, number one, rest in your nature of mind. If not possible, remind yourself of your practice based on different hidden deities, such as Guru Rinpoche, Buddha Amitabha, and genetic, etc. And even you don't know that, remind ourselves relying on Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha as an ultimate object of refuge. And refrain ourselves from all kinds of negative state of mind, such as anger, jealous, attachment, and so on. If we can control ourselves in this moment, concentrate in this way, the liberation or enlightenment is very easy. This is very good chance at that moment. So this is what we should keep in our mind. Then, after this, when this happens to us, like it is said in Bardo, as usual, we get shocked. What happened to me? Something is wrong. I must go back to home. The moment we think, go to home, you already reached. It's very strange. Usually I have to walk and open the door and go inside, knock the door, somebody open the lid, open the door. But how? Today I just think and reach here. Something strange. Again, we should be reminded, this is the day that we are already in Bardo. We should not be, shocked. Yes, of course, the first moment is very shocking, for everyone. The difference happens from the second moment. Those people who have no idea at all, the first moment is shocking, second moment is more shocking, third moment is almost killing. Those who are good in practice and instructions and everything, the first moment is shocking, second moment is relaxing, third moment is more relaxing, the fourth moment is liberating, fifth and rest moment is, I think, enlightening. The difference happens from the second moment. This is the same situation when something goes wrong in our day-to-day life also. When something goes wrong, incident happens that really shocks us,